Hey, hey, how's everybody doing? Tap the screen, tap the screen. Tap the screen, share the love. 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 How's everybody doing tonight? I hope y'all are feeling good, feeling great. Hey, King Pal. Hey, Sienna. Hey, girl. Hey. What's up? Hey, Charmaine. Thank you for the heart me. Hey, Mr. Burns. Hey, Tay. Thank you. What's popping? No, we're gonna get in a little bit, a little bit more, conversation. Everybody said that they enjoyed the other night, that they like the shorts, you know what I'm saying? We can go through tax policies. People can talk about whatever they want to, with the undecided voters, whatever makes you feel good. Glorious Locks, thank you for the heart me. Let me open this up. So we can do questions or conversation, whatever y'all want to do on the request up. Maybe. I don't know. Uh-oh. There we go. Sometimes it does that weird thing where it won't let me bring people up in the question queue. Boom. But it did today. Bada boom, bada bang.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
تبلوا بالقليل من القليل تبلوا بالقليل.
Child, we ain't got no time for that.
Damn, go on, bro. One sec, wait there.
Hey. Child, who is this man? Let me like this box. Hey. Child, what is going on? Hold on.
I don't know. What was that?
I died, girl. I don't know what that was. I don't know. He tried to pop in here with his little stuff, honey. He popped on back. I dropped him on down. Ain't nobody trying to watch him. I don't know. They trying to have a whole unaliving going on. I don't know. I do not know what that was about. Okay. That was weird. But I know some of y'all still had some questions. Hey, uh, hey, Lady Thompson. So I know a lot of y'all still had other questions about the tax policies between the two candidates, the housing, all of that. So we're just gonna go, we're gonna move forward with that. And I'm gonna see, I was trying to upload some stuff on Bigo inside of the custom backgrounds, and it would not let me upload in the background, y'all. So I don't know, but I know for a fact I can definitely put them up over here. I definitely can put them up over here on the tube, and we can put them up over on Clock App. So let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. Y'all can come up and tell me. Y'all can request up, tell me why you want to vote for who you want to vote for. But what I wanted to share with y'all was basically the income shift so you can see how your taxes are going to change depending on what you make. Now, y'all know I've told y'all from an economical standpoint, majority of Americans are going to do better under Harris unless you make over $400,000 a year. Now, if you in here, you a baller, shot caller, you know what I'm saying? You doing $500,000, you doing over $1 million every single year, then, you know, go off, vote for Trump. But I still wouldn't vote for him, me personally. And I'm going to keep it a buck. A lot of y'all Christian people that are out here trying to bully other Christians, saying that they're not godly or they're not Christ-like because we're supporting Harris. You're not godly or Christ-like. I mean, we could easily say the same thing about y'all. Like, how dare you? The audacity. You're out here voting for a man that openly admits that he likes to grab women by the pussy. A dude that's been convicted of rape. A man with 34 felonies, over 6,000 lawsuits against him. A man who hasn't even paid. He had to have his rally on the tarmac because he owes the city so much money. Hold on, let me pull up because I'm petty, because I went and pulled the map that has the numbers of how much he owes every city. And y'all are saying y'all trust that this man is going to be able to manage a budget, and he can't even manage his own campaign. He can't even manage his own campaign budget right now. It's too much. It's too much. Now I'm hearing y'all over here whining and crying, talking about if Harris wins, then hold on, y'all. Hold on. Un momento. Y'all over here talking about if she wins, that you guarantee that you're going to see the liberals being violent and acting a fool. Wasn't y'all the ones that tried to take over, stage a coup, tried to take over the United States, tried to commit treason the last time y'all lost? When they y'all out here storming the Capitol, it wasn't us. Let me show y'all this. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? And then I can move to the other side of the map. Y'all see that right there? Hold on. Let me see if they're going to let me put it up over here, because I want y'all to see this here map with this fool. They was hating on me before in the backgrounds. Let's see if they're going to let me put the map up. Now I'm trying to figure out why I got to get all my background censored. Okay, but a man can come in here showing somebody being unalive down here. Child, they're talking about it's under review. Ain't this some BS? But y'all can see it over here on the clock app. This is how much right now. Okay, he owes over $9 million to DC. 42,811, 530,000 in Minneapolis. EAU Claire, 47,398. Albuquerque, New Mexico, 211,000. El Paso, $569,200. Green Bay, $9,380. Child, this is insane. This is ridiculous. You said this is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Let me see if it's gonna let me pull up the other half of the map so y'all can see it. Hold on, let me change. If I change my green screen, maybe it'll let y'all see more of it. Let's see. Because this don't make sense to me. Spokane, $65,124,000. This is what's owed to the cities that he has not paid. While he's running around having these half-empty rallies that people are running up out of early. I'm just here to give facts. Okay. Y'all see that? That's what this man owes right now. 2 different cities. This is what he owes to different cities right now. Currently, this is what he owes right now. But y'all really think that he's going to be able to lead us into a prosperous economy? The tariffs are going to crush the economy. Y'all are out here right now complaining about how expensive things seem. And then I went and pulled someone. This is from Bonners, and Bonners is favorable. Okay, they're very nice to him. Let's see if they're gonna let me upload it over here. Because we're gonna go through tier by tier when we're getting into the tax plans for each individual. And they lean in favor of Trump. And even here, you can see the difference. So what this is right here that you're looking at is you can see the average yearly income, okay? So in the center is where we're looking at the income of households. So 48,000 is at the top. So there would be two individuals that earn, somewhere in between $20,000 to $28,000 each, okay? Over here under Trump, you'd only gain 870. They won't let me do it over here in the bean bowl. Let me see if they'll let me put up on the average income. Oh, they're not going to let me do the average income scale either. Man, they are hating on me. They are hating on me. Well, y'all just going to have to listen, okay? Just listen well. Okay, if you come over to the clock app, then you can see. All right? So what we're looking at right now is at $48,000. Okay, so this is households, so they're combining two incomes, or it could be one. If you're 48,000, you're going to make an additional $2,260 under Harris just on your taxes as far as a refund. There are lots right now. If you guys don't know, we're under Trump's current tax plan. It went into effect in 2017. Okay. He said if he gets back into office, he wants to make it permanent. So this is why my brain does not understand. Thank you, I Pray Shop. This is why my brain does not understand any of you guys that are saying that you are struggling, that you feel overwhelmed, right, by how much everything costs right now, why you would then turn around and sit here and say that you support Trump, because you're not going to fare well. And if he's able to pull off this universal tariff, you really are not going to be able to afford your life. Okay, we get to 81,000. That's a median household income. When I went and looked it up with the census, it actually says right now in the U.S., median household income averages about $75,000 for a two-person household. Okay, thank you, Lady T. Under Trump, and this is Bonners, they lean towards him. They're quite favorable. I'm going to show you guys the other charts that are pulled from some of the top economists in the world. 5 of them happen to be Nobel Prize winners. Okay, y'all have to understand this. Okay, and if you got questions, ask. Y'all know over here you can ask a question. I'm not going to make you feel ashamed. I'm not going to make you feel embarrassed. I get it. Taxes, laws, policies, all this stuff becomes very complex. It can become very confusing with trying to figure out how does this apply to you in your daily life. Okay, but I felt like this chart was a really easy way to kind of give you a visual understanding. So if your median 2,165 up under Harris, okay? If you're earning 139,000, that's going to, right at this point, you see there starts to become a disadvantage. There starts to become a disadvantage once you cross over to that 6-figure mark. And I've told people this for a long time under this particular structure. Shout out to all of the accountants and the CPAs in the comments right now that are co-signing with me. I appreciate y'all very much. This is why we say that Trump favors the rich, that Trump favors the wealthy. You can see that there's an advantage, 3,970. Get down to $327,000. How many people do y'all think in America actually make $327,000 a year? How many people do y'all really think in America are making $327,000 a year right now?
Not a lot.
Not at all. Not a lot at all. You said this is informative. Why so late? What you mean so late? Baby, I be talking all the time. I talk all the time. You may be new to me, but I mean I'm on later today because I was busy. I run several multi-million-dollar companies, okay? In real life. Baby, I'm Googleable. They literally just ran an article about me in Forbes like a few weeks ago. Okay. I am very real. I'm a Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. Okay. I have a whole finance degree, graduated cum laude, all that good stuff. I started my company with $125 and a laptop. I'm not a rich kid. I came from, oh, okay. I couldn't see you, Jayville. I couldn't see you. Hey, Jayville, welcome. I couldn't see. I'm away from the screen because if I get in here, then I'll block the screen. So I'm like over to the side. But anyway, so sorry about that, JV. I got a little spicy. I didn't even have to. I didn't realize it was you. I can see the comments though, but I can't see y'all's profile pictures because I'm like leaned over to the side of the screen. So anyway, and again, this is from Barnes, and Barnes is they favor towards Trump. So wait till y'all see the other graphs that I pulled and the things that I put together when we look at the other economists. Okay, so how many people in the United States really earn $327,000 a year? Y'all see that? A whopping 9,000. Okay. Over $9,000. Under Harris, what is it only? $1,850. Now that's still a tax cut. They still would be saving like by 0.07% under Harris. However, you can see why people that are high earners are going to be like, oh, we hate our plan because she wants people to pay. And then all these people that have been questioned, they're like, well, where's she going to get the money at to give the tax cuts to the majority of Americans? She's getting it because she's taxing the higher earners. Okay. And we're going to get into the S corporations and the C corps and the LLCs and all of that. Because baby, y'all know I've read both of their plans to cover, forwards and backwards. And with Trump, I didn't have to do a lot of reading because we've been living under it since 2017. Okay. So anyway, let's go down. 1.8 million. Now, just to guess, anybody want to guess in here, how many people in the United States of America actually earn $1.8 million a year? Just guess. Do y'all want me to turn on the little the panel option so that way it puts the comments in black so that way y'all can see the whole entire chart? It'll make the chart a little smaller, but then the comments won't be rolling on top of it. Okay, 1 second. Well, dang. Hold on. Let me put it on the 6 top so it puts it in the bottom. No, that's not what I want. Hey, why TikTok playing games with me tonight? Let me change it to a 9 and then let's see if it'll let me change it down to a 6. Okay. Now let's see if it'll let me change it back. Y'all, it is not giving me an option for 6 tonight. I just have 2, 3, and 5, and 8. What the crap?
What, for the panel, Ashley?
Yeah.
The TT panel?
Yeah, it's not giving me a 6. I mean, it's up there. Can y'all see that fine? It made it way smaller. You know, 6, it would have taken up like basically like a third of the screen. I don't know why. I have no idea why it's not giving me the option for a 6 tonight over there. I just have 2, 3, 5, and 8. I don't know what's going on. Don't know. Do y'all like it this size, or y'all want me to put it back to you said it's too small? Yeah, I figured because some of y'all are looking on your phone. I'm on a gigantic iPad, so I still can see it fine. Okay, let's move it back to a 2. Ah, there we go. Look at God work. Okay, shut up for a 3. The 3 wasn't in there. It just popped in there. All right. So this is a good size, right? Can everybody see this? Can everybody see what's going on right now? If y'all on other apps and y'all hear my voice, come to the Clock app. Okay, come to the Clock app, and you'll be able to see everything. Okay. Sorry,
Okay,
I
yeah,
don't know.
because I can't
Yeah,
see
I was trying.
anything on.
It won't let me
Okay.
upload them on the Beanbowl. As a matter of fact, I'm
Oh, okay.
gonna close the Beanbowl down. Any of you guys that are on the Beanbowl, come to King Ashley Ann on TikTok. Okay, come over to King Ashley Ann on TikTok. Child. Okay, you said that's perfect. Everybody can see. Okay, now back to my question. Sorry about this. How many people in the United States do y'all actually think earn $1.8 million a year? Anybody want to guess? Anybody want to guess what percentile you're in if you earn $1.8 million per year? Let's see. I see a 7. Lower. You said 1%? Lower. Lower. If you earn $1.8 million, you have made it into the 0.1%. You're in the top 0.1%. So when we start getting down this scale, you see now they're at a negative 8,965. That's almost a negative 9,000. When we look over for Trump, what are they up? $47,220. Okay. This is a huge, humongous difference. And this is part of the issue with what's happening right now. And y'all know I'm a very transparent person. I've told you guys, income wise, it is more favorable for me to be underneath a Trump tax plan. However, when I look at my overall community, they are going to suffer. Okay. Also, I run a business, so I can get all kinds of, deductions and credits and all kinds of stuff because I actually run several businesses. Okay. Also, right now, my net worth, okay, my money is long, but I'm not net worth $100 million long. Okay. So I don't really have to worry about Kamala Harris coming for me either because my net worth is not at $100 million yet. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to do some serious planning probably over the next few years because it is going to creep up into that income. But overall, my primary business, I sell to consumers, and I need every small business in here to hear me right now. It is not going to matter if you're getting an extra $5,000 or $10,000 in deductions or credits. Okay, and I know some of y'all be like, "Oh, 5 or 10 is small." Stop lying. Okay, the average business owner in the United States, your business generates an average of $73,000 a year right now. And I went and double checked and pulled the numbers from the SBA 2 days ago just so I can make sure that I'm still accurate. The average business owner in the United States makes about $73,000 a year. So what I am telling you is that you're not going to be in this category where you're losing hundreds of thousands of dollars because we're underneath the Harris administration's tax plan. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. I'm not trying to poo-poo on anybody. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm trying to help y'all connect the dots because I know that there are still some undecided voters out there right now, and money is a top priority for a lot of people, okay? Quality of life is a top priority for a lot of people right now, okay? Now, when we get into the 14 million, under Trump, they are at a $376,910 advantage. And y'all have to understand the income I'm talking about right now is on your personal income. This is not even your business. If someone is bringing home 14 million in their pocket, okay, you have to imagine how many assets they have in their portfolio. Under Harris's plan, they would have to pay at least $167,225. But it's going to be more than that they have to pay because she wants to introduce a tax on unrealized capital gains. Now, I'm about to say something, y'all, and it's gonna sound elitist. It's gonna sound bad, but I feel like at this point, I don't have time to be politically correct. Okay, I've seen a bunch of poor people talking about this unrealized capital gains is criminal because they're repeating the talking points of rich people, and these rich people have brainwashed them to go out and argue on their behalf. It don't apply to you. It don't apply to you. You don't make enough to be in the conversation. And I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. You see, y'all picking up what I'm putting down? I'm not trying to be on no BS. I'm just telling the truth. It does not apply to you. Your net worth isn't $100 million. 99.9% of people in America are not in a category where they have a net worth of $100 million. So when y'all are out here saying it's criminal, okay, that they want to put a tax on unrealized capital gains, BS. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Okay, now my net worth is not at $100 million yet, but your girl got some M's behind her. Okay, understand what I'm saying? I'm telling you right now what wealthy people do. We don't sell our stuff because we don't want to pay the capital gains tax. Right now, the capital gains tax is at 19%. Donald Trump wants to raise the capital gains tax to 20%. Now, y'all, we're going to go back to the personal. I switched over to corporate real quick. Just hang tight with me and it's going to make sense. It's going to make sense while I'm switching over to the corporate mode right now. I see some of y'all in the request queue. Just keep requesting up. I'll bring you up in a second. Just let me get this out, okay? Now, listen. Donald Trump only wants to increase the corporate tax to 20%. Kamala Harris wants to raise it up to 28%. That is going to generate bukus of money into the system, okay? She then wants to introduce an unrealized capital gains tax. Now, I'm keeping it a buck. A lot of people in Congress are very, very wealthy. They probably not going to go for that. Okay, but she gonna try it. She wants to tax a 25% minimum on your unrealized capital gains. The reason she wants to do this is because she knows that wealthy people don't sell our assets. We may sell every now and then, but we really don't sell because we go and we borrow against them. Start listening to any wealthy person that talks to you about money. They will tell you, right? Poor people say debt is bad. Wealthy people say debt is good because we're not going into debt to buy flip-flops, okay, and take vacations. We are using it as a tax strategy. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? You don't pay taxes on a loan. So if I have a bunch of land or I have a bunch of houses or my jewelry, there's all kinds of stuff. I go to the bank and I say, hey, I have these 3 properties over here and I would like to take a line of credit against them. And the bank says, okay, Miss Ashley Ann, we'll do that for you. How much would you like? I would like $1.5 million. The bank says, okay, literally, y'all, it's that simple for me. I literally call the vice president of the bank. This is what I say. We fill out the little paperwork. Within 3 days, I have $1.5 million. And now I can go out and buy other stuff. And because I took a line of credit, and let's say my line of credit is at 4.25% or something like that, okay? Because I'm in private banking, so the interest rate my interest rates are different than y'all's interest rates. Okay, it's a whole different world when you get over to the other side. And Kamala Harris knows that this is what a lot of wealthy people are doing in America, and it's completely legal. Okay, so because of that, now when it's time for me to pay my taxes, because I took out a loan and my loan has interest, and I have to do a payment towards my loan or my line of credit, and because of bonus depreciation, and it's a business expense, especially if I took it out in the business, well, guess what? That is another deduction for me. In some cases, depending on what it was, if it's equipment, it is a full out credit, 100%. So Kamala Harris is saying there's a bunch of money floating around out there that all of these really, really wealthy people have, and they're not paying their share in taxes, and they're never going to pay their share in taxes because they're not going to sell their assets. They're just going to keep borrowing against the assets. Everybody picking up what I'm putting down? Are y'all tracking right now? So when y'all get out here making this argument saying, oh, Kamala Harris wants to raise taxes. No, she does not want to raise taxes on the average American. She's raising taxes on the filthy rich. She's hold on, y'all. I got another little graph so I can help you understand. Hold on. She's raising it on the mega wealthy, not you. Okay, not the average American. Okay, she's not raising it on the African American. So y'all go check out the Institute of Taxation and Economic Policy. It's a .org. You can go. They analyze both of the candidates' tax policies as well. They analyze every administration's tax policies. This is one of the reasons that I tell y'all when you said she telling, baby, I sure am telling the truth. Everybody know me, baby. Y'all already know I'm super transparent. Okay, I keep it above. I want my people to win. And any of y'all, if y'all were my clients and y'all were like, what do I need to do? I would tell you to do exactly that. I say, oh, baby, don't go sell your asset. I say, go put it in a trust and let's go take out a line of credit against it. Okay, that's what I would do. I would tell you to go and get some IULs so you can put money into your insurance policies. I would tell you to go and get some conservation easements. I would tell you to go and buy land in a protected area that has maybe like some endangered bat or something that lives on it. And I know y'all feel like that's far-fetched. It's not. I live in Arkansas. We got all kinds of land that you can't. I wanted to be a part of a government program where they would pay me to put windmills on the property. And so we were looking to buy 20 acres and we were just going to fill it up with windmills. You know why I couldn't do it? Because there's a specific bat that's here in Arkansas and it happens to be in central Arkansas, and the windmills are a danger to the bat. So because the windmills were a danger to a bat, I couldn't put up my windmills. But I wanted the windmills because the government was going to be paying me thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars every month for every windmill that I put up to help create energy here that we didn't have to use oil in. Hey, if you live somewhere and y'all ain't got them bats, baby, go and get the money. Okay, go and get the money. You're going to get the tax credits and you're going to get money from the government, and they're going to pay to construct all of the windmills. And you just lease the land to them and they're going to pay you for every windmill that you put up. So when I tell y'all that there are like 2 different Americas, and I may even say 3 different Americas, because to the uber rich, I'm poor. You see what I'm saying? To the average American, I'm a rich chick. But to the uber rich, baby, I'm poor. Okay, I'm in the dust because these are people that are making hundreds of millions of dollars a month. Right? When I have a great month, if I have $1 million month. I remember when I had my first $1 million day, I was like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? But for some of these people, that's regular. That's regular life for them. Okay. So there are levels to this thing. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So when we're looking at this graph, I want y'all to see. Y'all see where it says tax cut? Y'all see across here? It says tax cut up there at the top. Y'all see the yellow bar on the right? Look to the left, tax cut. I want you to look at the income down there. This goes from $0 all the way to $914,900 underneath the Harris tax plan. If you are earning under $914,000 and you're a W-2 employee, you are going to benefit under her policies. Baby, I wouldn't have lost no money on the transportation of the windmills. I would have took bonus depreciation on them. What you talk about? Blink, blink, blink. Baby, I wouldn't have lost no money having windmills just sitting out there making money for me. Okay? But y'all picking up what I'm putting down right now? If you make under $914,000 and you're a W-2 employee, your taxes are not going up under Harris. Now y'all see when we get over $914,900, look at that. It's up. Okay. And we gotta be careful about this. You can't be out here fighting a battle for the elite because they have good marketing. Now I can't hate on the Trump campaign, baby. They got great marketing. Okay. And they're really good at communicating messages and getting their audience, getting their base to go out and communicate those messages and say them as if they are true. Okay. However, it does not apply to you when all you people that are running around talking about Harris is going to raise taxes, Harris is going to raise taxes on the elite, on the wealthy, on the rich, and they should be paying their share of the taxes. Okay. I should be paying my share of the taxes. It does not hurt me as much to pay my taxes as it hurts a household that's making $55,000 a year. Now, according to the census data, the average two-person household right now is at $75,000 a year with 2 kids. Blink, blink, blink. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down right now? I wanted to provide a visual aid so you all can see. Now, something else that Harris is introducing, okay? Something else that Harris is introducing is this credit. It's a $25,000 credit for first-time homebuyers. That is incredible down payment assistance, okay? Incredible. Do y'all know what you could do with an extra like $2,000 a year? Because for most of you guys, even if you live somewhere like Jersey that has high house prices, maybe where the average price of the home is like $650,000, $700,000, for y'all it may not be quite $2,000 that it would buy you down in mortgage points, maybe like $1,750, $1,760, $1,760 a month. But literally you can take that money and put that up into an IUL and get compounding interest. And by the time you have kids, you'll have enough money to pay for their college. If you are like me, I take care of my parents, your parents get older. Well, now you got a fund to be able to pull income out from them. You want to start your own business? Guess what? Now you already got something to do it. You want to put your money into long-term stocks? You can do it. I knew somebody was going to say that. No, it's not going to keep raising the prices of the homes because that's why she also introduced the innovation bill. So with the innovation bill, that actually gives incentives to contractors to build more homes, specifically smart homes. It also gives incentives to contractors and to cities and states to build affordable housing and rentals. Okay, so that's how you balance the supply and the demand in the marketplace. Also, this rumor that's going around that, you only can get this credit if you're first generation. It is not first generation. It is if you are a first-time home owner. Okay? That's who gets the credit. You need to be a U.S. citizen. You need to have a social security number. You have to, if you've been renting, you need to have paid your rent on time for the last 2 years. And you could not have owned a home in the past 3 years. Okay, that's who's eligible for this. So I know there's some weird rumor going around that they're like this credit is only for immigrants. That's not true. If you are American, you haven't owned a home in the past 3 years, you've been paying your rent 2 years on time, you got your social, you can get that. Baby, you are here talking about the same as them PPP loans, child. You talking about the PPP loans that a bunch of Republicans and their cronies went and stole money from and legitimate business owners couldn't get? You talking about how the Republican Party decided to give that money to the renters instead of to the people instead of to the landlords, so that way they could lose their properties and they could come in there and swoop down on them and all their homeboys could buy their properties. You talking about the same Republicans that blocked the Biden administration because they wanted to waive people's student loans? But the Republican Party got up and threw a fit and went to court and talking about it's unconstitutional and all this other kind of stuff to stop Americans from being able to get relief. Baby, you better go somewhere. You go play with yourself. Don't play with me. I ain't the one, nor the two, nor the three. Okay. So now this is what I want you guys to look at here. So what this is, that you're looking at, if we're looking at look in the blue bar, okay, at the top of the menu, and you can see the actual income breakdowns. Now, what you're seeing is hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can make this smaller because I need y'all to see the front of this because it's going to show you kind of like Social Security, your HIPAA, different things that you're paying into so you can see how it's going to shift. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. I need to make it smaller. I need to make it a little bit smaller. I don't know why, baby. I don't know. If I didn't know any better, I would think that a lot of MAGA actually wants to see America be destroyed. Just the way that y'all be out here acting is like out of control. It's insanity to me. Y'all get so mad if it's anybody coming up in life. Y'all get so mad if it's anybody and they have the ability to benefit from something, baby. Y'all just want to come and poo-poo on it. Y'all want to pee in people Cheerios every day. Baby, y'all just wake up angry and aggressive, okay? All right, so I'm going to read this to y'all because I don't have a way to make it smaller, but this top line is going to be your 2017 tax law extensions. Now, I will say this. One thing that Donald Trump does have up on Kamala Harris when we get into the incentives for business owners, Donald Trump has said that he will extend QBI and he will extend bonus depreciation and WOE. I think it's WOE is the initial the acronym for it. Does everybody in here know what QBI is before I keep talking? Because I need to make sure everybody knows what that is. I am hoping that Harris adapts that. I am very I'm hoping that she will extend QBI. No? Okay, so no problem. Thank you for being honest. Okay, so QBI is qualified business income. Okay, qualified business income is your friend if you own an LLC, if you own an S corp, if you own a sole prop. Hey, Royal Calypso, what's going on, baby doll? QBI is your friend. So what QBI allows you to do is take 20% of your income and automatically write it off. So let's say you made $100,000 that year, you would then only be taxed on $80,000 instead of the $100,000. Okay, so QBI is a really big deal, and the reason I want her to extend this because the Harris plan is focused a lot on startups, right? And I love the fact that she wants to do the $50,000 credit for startups. I think that is amazing, right? However, you have a little bit over 33 million, about 34 million existing small businesses right now in the United States. And there's nothing inside of her current plan for existing businesses. So I'm very much hoping that she's going to extend QBI, bonus depreciation, and the WOE. Okay. So if you have, let's say, a lot of y'all in here probably have an LLC right now. Okay. QBI is what allows you to automatically take 20% of your income. Okay, we take it out the pot, and now you're only taxed on your 80,000, 60,000, whatever it may be. Again, this is very, very helpful because, as I said, the average business in America right now makes about $73,000 a year. When it comes to what y'all are taking home in profit, it's probably closer to about $40,000. $40,000 a year. So the fact that you could write off 20%, so that'd be 8,000, that puts you down into 32,000 in the earning bucket, right? Which changes your taxable income and makes it lower. So again, you're saving money, right? Because the business is taxed, right? And then you as an individual is taxed. Does that make sense? So that's why QBI is a big deal. And I'm really hoping that she decides to extend it. She hasn't said anything about it, whether she'll extend it, not extend it, anything. I'm hoping she does. I'm not really sure what they're going to do about that. But that would be great. Now, bonus depreciation is what allows you to write off 100% of your business expenses. We really need her to extend that for our existing businesses here in the United States. Okay. So I love this idea that she has of the opportunity economy, right? Opportunity to get a home, creating jobs through manufacturing, right? The PACT Act, the CHIP Act, the first time home buyer credits. She even has home buyer credits if you're not a first time home buyer, I think up to 10,000. If you're moved, right? Says the person with no face. Baby, I got a lot of face. My face would block the chart. I have a very beautiful face. Look at it, baby. No makeup, clear skin, beautiful teeth, dimples, okay? Real eyebrows, all of that. Stop playing with me. My hair would block the chart, dummy. Anyway, y'all, I'm feeling spicy tonight. I know y'all gonna be like, girl, don't respond to them. Why not? Baby, they here trying to cause a ruckus. Y'all, the devil always tries to create discourse, okay? The devil hate for people to be on track. He hate for you to know what you really need to know in life, all right? So anyway, child, I feel like a hot tamale. I feel a little spicy tonight because I'm just in here, okay? I'm just in here, okay? I'm with the itch. But anyway, bonus depreciation is what will allow anybody who's already in business to write off 100% of your business expenses, okay? Now, we're still in Donald Trump's tax plan until 2025. So I'm hoping Harris gets elected and she says, yes, I'm going to extend QBI for existing businesses. I'm going to extend bonus depreciation for existing businesses, and I'm going to extend WOE for existing businesses. So what WOE is it gives you tax credits for hiring specific groups of people, like disenfranchised people. So let's say you hire some people, maybe they were formerly incarcerated, and you decide to give them a chance and employ them, right? You would be able to get a credit for that. Maybe you hire, some single moms or something like that. Maybe you hire veterans. Any type of group that's like that falls into that category, and you're hiring them and giving them employment, you get credits for that. So that's why I'm really hoping that she extends that. Y'all know sometimes people will hire people that maybe have like some mental challenges or some disabilities. You know what I mean? Y'all know everybody's disability is different. Sometimes people have some mental disabilities where they can work maybe like a repetitive job. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I mean. Like, and those people, they need to work. They deserve to have a life, right? They may live in communities or something that kind of does assisted living for them and those sorts of types of things. So that's where you get these extra credits for working with different protected groups. Okay. So anyway, so that's how that works. Okay. So just keep that in your brain. So we want her to extend that. Will she? I have no idea. Like I said, she hasn't said anything against it. She hasn't said anything for it. I try not to freak out about stuff like that in the government, because normally they know that it will cause like a collapse. So a lot of times they'll just say, oh yeah, I'll extend it, and they'll sign off on the paperwork because it makes sense. Because I love the fact that she's giving right credits and things like that for people to start their businesses, but we want people to start a business and stay in business. And if she does that, baby, I feel like we are good to go. Okay. Now the second column that you're looking at, this is for the families and workers categories. Okay. So you can see, if you're in a family, you're a worker, you're going to continue to save under Harris's plan. When we get into Medicare taxes and we get into the capital gains and dividends, she's not changing anything with that. She's not doing anything for that. So that's why there's no change, and that's zeroed out. When we get down to corporate taxes, baby, you see all these pluses? Okay. You see all these pluses, baby, they're going up. Okay. Corporate taxes, she's adding. When we get to that far right category, that 360,000 to 914,000, they're up a whopping $2,900. When we get into the 1.8 million, they're up over 37. Okay. So realistically, again, most Americans don't have to worry about this, because the majority of small businesses are LLCs, S Corps, and sole props. You're not a corporation. You're not a full C corporation. You don't have a board. You don't have advisors. You're not privately held. Okay. You're not doing rounds of funding. A lot of y'all don't have stock options in your companies. None of that, right? And I'm not saying that in a way to be shamed. That's for most of us in business. Okay. Most of us, like I said, 99.9% of the businesses in America, we're actually small businesses. Now, here's some fun facts from the SBA about small businesses. These are from March 7th of 2023. So, but again, I already knew this. Another fun fact that's not on here, only 9% of business owners in the United States will ever generate over $1 million in revenue, okay, annually on a consistent basis. Let's see. So when we look at March of 2023, there were 33,185,550 small businesses in the United States. Small businesses employ 61.7 million Americans. So that totals 46.4% of the private sector employees. And fun fact, Black-owned businesses are 18 times more likely to hire another Black person. So the more Black businesses we can have, right, the lower the unemployment rates are going to be inside of our community. Imagine that. Okay. Anyway, 46.4% of the private sector employees are from small business owners. From 1995 to 2021, small businesses created 17.3 million net new jobs. Okay. That accounted for 62.7% of the net jobs created since 1995. Let that sink in. Small businesses are extremely important. This is why I'm pretty sure when she's looking at the opportunity economy that she's going to extend the QBI, the WOA, and the bonus depreciation, because you need small businesses. This is also why the tariffs are a terrible idea. Okay. And we'll get into that momentarily. Small businesses pay 39.4% of private sector payroll. Small businesses generate 32.6% of the known export value. And about 38% of small businesses use specialized software in their business operations. So this is more than just like your mom and pop shop, not being able to make it. Okay. Small businesses are a vital part of the United States economy. And a lot of people don't understand that, right? Because we look at the big box stores and a lot of people equate that to business, not understanding that, Miss Minnie around the way that's employed, for people, right? And there's another Miss Minnie and another Mr. Taylor and whoever, that they are actually what is keeping your neighborhood running. They're what's keeping your city running. They're what's keeping the state running. They are what's keeping the country running. And whenever we get into the conversation with tariffs, I need you guys to understand this. I don't care what you hear out there from other influencers. I don't care what you hear, like on these weird blogs and stuff like that. We have to pay the tariff. We pay it, not China. I don't know why so many people are confused about this. I don't know why so many people think that they pay it. They do not pay it. We pay it. We pay the tariff. Okay. This is why it will collapse the economy. Y'all get out my baby. I'm going to tell you this. If you come up here, you can come up here and you say whatever you want to say. But I'm going to tell you right now, you on some bull crap. Don't come to me talking about we got to put America first. And that's why I need to be American made. Y'all so full of crap. Okay, y'all are so full of crap because there are so many small business owners right now that we got things manufactured in America. We got things made in America and watch our sales cycle come to a screeching halt because in order to get things from American made, okay, I'm talking about if it's sourced 100% completely American made, it costs more. Why? Because American workers want a living wage. They don't want to work minimum wage. And so that means if I have to pay you more, right? That means I have to charge more for the actual product. And if I have to charge more for the product, if it costs me more, that now means that whenever the consumer comes to buy it, I have to put a higher price tag on it. This is just it is what it is, y'all. It's not a way around it. And all these people can sell this fairy tale and say, oh, we got to put America first and we need American made products and this and that and blah, 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 blah. Bullshit. Excuse my language. They're not going to buy it. They're going to say, oh my God, it costs so much. We saw that happening with and she gets her clothing made, some in America and some in the Dominican Republic. Reb Dolls, right? They were just going viral, about to close their doors, had to do crowdfunding, and we came in at the last minute with enough to save this woman's company. And literally there were so many people in the comments talking about her price points were too high. The woman was only selling blazers for $59, but they were comparing her prices to Shein and Fashion Nova, where they can get over there and buy a blazer for $19.99 or catch it on sale for $12.56. Who cares? It's going to tear up when you wash it. It was comment after comment after comment talking about this woman's prices were too high, and she had very reasonable prices. So y'all can sit here and talk that we need to be American made, put America first, whoop, 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 wop, wop, all day long. But I am telling you this as a person who's been in business for almost 2 decades, when those prices go up, Americans close their pocketbooks. Blink, blink, blink. That happens on a regular basis. I have a set, my profit planners and our 365 marketing guides. We got those made in America. We got them printed. Not only American made with a Black company and a woman-owned company, okay? All the way across the board, okay? Literally, people were like, oh, they're beautiful, but, oh, I don't know about the price, blah, 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 blah. We would hear this over and over and over and over again. They stay in the warehouse 5 times longer now because of the price point. We don't have the infrastructure here in America to even we don't even have the infrastructure to manufacture 90% of the stuff that we get from China. We don't. We don't have people with the skills and the know-how either. And you don't have people that have a desire to work those jobs. Let's keep it a buck. I don't know why they like to get out here and they to convince y'all that these people have come and stolen jobs from us. These people ain't stolen no jobs from us. When was the last time you heard somebody say, man, I was trying to get that housekeeping job, but I couldn't get it because this Mexican woman had it? When was the last time you heard that? When was the last time you heard somebody say, man, I went and applied for a job so I can go and harvest the crops in the fields? You know, it's potato season. We need to come and pick them potatoes and pick that corn. And I need to get out here and be a farmhand, but I couldn't get it because the Mexicans already had it. Like, stop playing with me. Y'all be out here on the most felonious stuff I've ever heard before in my life. Hey, Riri. Hey, King Consultant. Hey, Miss Jennifer. I'm going to bring you up.
Hey, Feminine, I just wanted to make an announcement real quick, and I'm going to go back down in the comments. If you are in here, we all have different opinions, values, etc. But what you will not do is disrespect anybody in these comments, and you will not disrespect the host. If you do not like what's going on in this room, swipe up, swipe down. Matter of fact, you can get off the app. This is your first and last warning. We are in here just talking about what's going to happen tomorrow. We're in here getting educated. If this is not for you, then again, swipe up and swipe down. But what you're not going to do, hear me again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and for y'all out there in the hallway ready to come in and do something, but you're not, don't come in here and be disrespectful. If you don't like what's being said, leave out. Like I said, hey, the proof is right here in the pudding, but what you will not do is disrespect.
Oh, baby, they can disrespect me tonight, baby, because I'm with the issue. I disrespect them right on. I disrespect them right on back.
No, man, they're not disrespecting you. It's just the other people in the comments, you know, they trying to be nice about it. They know who they are, and like I said, they keep going in and out the room. I got my eye on you. It's okay.
Well, this is what I need y'all to do, because the people out there doing it, y'all just make sure y'all tap my screen. Like when I say tap the screen ferociously, tap the screen ferociously, so that way it will help protect the live, because if they acting like that, they'll go and they'll report it. So y'all just make sure y'all tap the screen. Y'all can send me little 1-point gifts or whatever, but just make sure you're tapping the screen and working the comments. And that way TikTok will be like, oh, you know, somebody's just tripping. Okay. They like what's going on over there. But I'm with the ish tonight, honey. I feel caliente. Okay. I feel real spicy. Baby, I went outside and I picked my little last chili peppers of the season out my little chili pepper bushes. Okay. Fingers is hot.
No, it wasn't towards you, but like I said, everybody in the comments are being courteous and respectful, and you got, you know, one or two of them that's not. That's what they know I'm talking to.
Girl, ain't nobody studying these agents of chaos. That's why they're going to be poor forever, poor, broke down. Okay, poor and broken down, voting, baby, signing up to get slaughtered, voting against their own best interests.
Child, you better let them know again.
I said what I said.
If you say don't bother them, I won't bother them.
No, don't bother them, baby. Tell them to come on up, baby. Talk that talk. Let me see what they got to say, because I already know it's gonna be ignorant.
All right, y'all. Y'all heard what she said. I was gonna get them out of here, but the host, hey, she has the last say. So
let them on up. We may be able to help them, honey. We may be able to save a life tonight. You never know.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. We save lives up in these streets. Okay, but you come on up then and voice your opinion. But again, be respectful now.
Okay, so the tariffs, like I was saying, we pay, not them. Okay, we thank you, Riri. We pay, not them. They don't pay. We pay. Your prices are going to go up. We don't have the infrastructure. We don't have the labor. Who in here is willing to work for $4 or $5 an hour? Any volunteers? Any volunteers in here? Any volunteers? Even if they're paying you a living wage, which one of y'all want to sign up, you know what I'm saying, to be out here in the fields picking stuff? Who want to be out here doing back-breaking labor on a regular basis? And what's really interesting too, I don't want to get into the whole mass deportation thing, but it is a terrible idea. We would lose 30 to 40% of our workforce here in the South for sure. Also, a lot of people don't realize that a lot of these illegal immigrants that they hate have paid over $95 billion just in 2022 into our system. So they're paying into the system for Social Security and all of that, but they're not able to pull out. And y'all do know that we have a problem, right? The boomers had less children than their parents. My parents are a boomer. My mama and daddy just got me and my sister. That's it. They just have us. That's it. There's not enough of us millennials to pay for them. When it comes to Social Security and benefits, everybody saying, wow, yeah, people don't know that. And for those of you that don't know, my name is Ashley Ann. I help people build their businesses. I love helping people be able to make money doing things that they want to do and that they like to do. I also love telling people the truth. I love putting my people in a position to win. Baby, when it comes to finances, this is my bag. I'm in my wheelhouse. And you can ask anybody that's in my community that's been with me for years. Some people have been in here with me for over a decade. They know every time we hit an election, every time we get a new president, I'm able to tell them exactly what they need to be doing with their finances over the next 12 to 24 months. And your girl ain't missed yet. I ain't missed yet. I'm talking about I'm so good to the point some people be asking me if I'm a psychic. I'm not a psychic, baby. I just pray and God gave me a good mind for strategy. I can see what's going to happen. I can see what's up. I am telling y'all right now, if you are undecided and you're voting with your wallet, you need to vote for Harris. Because this is the other thing. Even if you make a lot of money, but you have a business and your business is business to consumer, your business is going to tank if you don't have customers. If your customers are not coming to purchase from you, your services and your goods, because they say that they cost too much, you're going to go out of business. And then another thing that a lot of y'all don't know, guess what? China is the third largest market for U.S. exports. So not only do we import things from them, they import things from us. That is called trade. That's called trade, you guys. That's called trade, okay? That is called trade. So what's going to happen if they turn around and they put the tariffs, okay, in retaliation, because they are, why would they not? I would do the same thing. Y'all haven't thought about that. All the people are like, we got to put America first. Yes, this is a part of putting America first, is making sure that average Americans can have a good quality of life, making sure that average Americans can live in nice homes and safe neighborhoods, making sure that average Americans can be able to afford cars and gas and groceries. Making sure that we don't tank an economy and our kids are growing up in a Great Depression. Nobody's even thinking about that. China is the third largest market for U.S. exports. Y'all let that sink in. Do y'all know what that would do to our farmers? Do y'all know what that would do? Do y'all know we send plastic to them? We send rubber to them. We send chemicals to them. We send soybeans to them. We send some pharmaceuticals to them. We send machinery to them, medical prep, weaponry. What else? We send quite a few things to them. That real, like, do y'all understand how big these industries are and those businesses are and all of those people there? And see, a lot of people in America don't know that, right? Every country has their thing that they're good at sourcing, that they're good at making. Every country has their thing that they're good at, right? And you trade that with other countries in the world. This is why we have a global economy. This is why we're all connected. This is why what happens in one country when it comes to their income or their money or their interest rates or their presidents and their rulers and dictators and all that sorts of types of stuff. That's why it affects. Okay, this is why so many people pay attention to the U.S. election. Hey Rose, so I just need I need y'all to let that meditate on your medulla oblongata. Okay, when you're out here listening to these people and they're saying, oh, Harris is going to raise up taxes, Look who she's raising up taxes on. This is when you get into 1.8 million, 14 million. Y'all don't make that much money. Your businesses don't generate that much either. Taxes aren't going up for you. They're going down for you. You're going to make more money. Not to mention, she wants to give a $6,000 tax credit. Kamala wants you to go make some babies, baby. She said, get in that bedroom and get to hunching, okay? You're getting a $6,000 tax credit for newborns, $3,600 for children up to 6 years old, $3,000 every year after. Now, I kind of wish she would do a $6,000 at birth, and then maybe do like $3,000, and then maybe once your kids hit to be teenager, like that area going back up to like 6,000 again, or 5,000. Okay. Cause I feel like that's when I got very, very expensive for my parents, with all of like the sports and stuff like that, sports and trips and hair barrettes. And, you know, you got to get your class rings and graduation, college applications, trips to tour campuses, all that kind of stuff. Okay. But you know, again, nobody's perfect. No one's plan is perfect, but I'm just saying, baby, she's saying go on hunch, because y'all, that's a real problem we got going on in the United States too. We're not making enough babies. Why do people say they're not making babies? You hear the same thing. They say that they can't afford them. You ask people that are millennial and you ask people that are Gen Z, all of them will tell you the same thing. I'm buried in student loan debt. I can't afford a home. I barely can afford my groceries. Why in the world would I bring a baby into this? So this is why she's so focused on this opportunity economy, because she wants people to have the American dream, and also understands that the root of the problem, people are not having children and not marrying because of money. Okay. So this is a part of this. So if you're a parent or you're thinking about becoming a parent, right? She wants to give you incentives for doing that. She also, and a lot of her and Joe Biden don't brag enough about this. I reported on this probably a couple months ago, but they were able to significantly lower the price of medications that affect a lot of people in our community. Medications for heart disease, insulin, let's see, there's another, it's not insulin, there's another medication for diabetics and stuff like that. Like, I'm talking about capping them. She wants to do a cap. She wants to do a universal cap, so nobody in America would be having to pay over $2,000 in a year for their medications. She also wants to change it so that if you have debt, like medical debt, that it actually can't count against you on your credit report. So there's a lot of things that she wants to do to try and assist people, right, with the quality of life. So not only do we have to vote her in, we have to make sure that we're helping her get Congress in, right? We got to help her get those Senates and those House seats in, because I think like a third of the Senate is up for re-election this week, tomorrow. Okay. So I'm just trying to explain this to you so you can connect the dots. All right. So let's do it. Let's get in the Q&A. Let's get in the conversation. I know I just dropped a bunch of information and a bunch of numbers on y'all, but I just am trying to do my part so that way you can understand what you're voting for, because I know a lot of people don't understand this. I know a lot of people were still undecided. I know some of you guys are like, oh, you know, it's not that big of a deal. Wherever the cards may fly, no, this is a very, very big deal. I know they say that about every election. I'm going to say they, because this is the first time I've ever said this about an election. This is a huge deal. And it speaks volumes that even Donald Trump's own vice president, anybody that was a senior advisor to him, they all have said that this man should not be in office again. They all have said that he's dangerous. They all have said he will crash the economy. They all have said, they have all said this, that his senior advisors that worked with him day in, day out, have said he should absolutely not be the president of the United States. Okay. And if you're a person that cares about your civil rights, if you're somebody that cares about your civil rights, your life rights, okay, depending on what's important to you is going to depend on which one of them that you vote for. Everybody talks about Roe versus Wade. I want y'all to look up Gimbel versus Connecticut. Roe versus Wade is in the umbrella. I keep trying to bring you up, Jennifer, because I see the request and I don't know why it keeps kicking you back off. That's not me dropping you though, girl. Just request back up. I don't know what's going on. But I want y'all to look up Gimbel versus Connecticut, okay? Gimbel versus Connecticut, Roe versus Wade is underneath that house. So when they overturn Roe versus Wade, the current Supreme Court, okay, they put up an opinion. And in their opinion, they say that they feel that they need to correct the errors made in Roe v. Wade. Now, when you look at Gimbel versus Connecticut, not only is it Roe v. Wade, right? This is also what affirmative action was under. Y'all see they already took that out of the way. Interracial marriage is under there, okay? Same-sex marriage is up underneath there. When we get into the right to be able to upbring your child the way that you want to, there are several of your God-given rights, okay? There's a penumbra of God-given rights that they said that we all have as citizens, okay? That we all have as people, and these are God-given rights that were not listed inside of the Constitution. All of them fall underneath there. And if you go and look, they're taking them out one by one by one. We have two Supreme Court judges, okay, two Supreme Court justices that are going to retire or age out during this next administration. If Trump is in office, he's going to put two more conservative justices in there. So a lot of y'all that don't like what's been happening with women's rights, a lot of y'all don't like the fact that affirmative action is there. A lot of you, if you feel, that same-sex marriage should be a thing, any of those types of things, if you align with those, you need to be voting for Harris. If that's something that you don't want and you're against, well, then Trump would be more in alignment for you. But again, you may have all those things that are taken care of, but you're going to be out here poor and destitute and living in a box, fooling with Trump. Gimbel versus Connecticut. Gimbel versus Connecticut. Go look it up. Gimbel versus Connecticut. Okay? For me, when I look at the amount of women that are being hospitalized, the amount of women that are dying since they've overturned Roe v. Wade, the amount of women who need that have like ectopic pregnancies, that need to have their uteruses flipped or scraped. There's so many things. The amount of women who now no longer have the ability to have children because they were denied the medical care that they needed because Roe v. Wade was overturned is very, very sad. I know a lot of y'all are like, oh, it's just people just want to have abortions. Let me tell y'all this. You're not going to stop anybody from having an abortion. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all tap my screen. I'm supposed to say smortion. We on TikTok. I'm sorry. You're not gonna stop that from happening though. They're gonna do like they did back in the day. Rich people are gonna fly out of the country and get it done, or you're gonna have girls doing crazy stuff like drinking bleach and throwing themselves down the stairs, or going to see people in basements with coat hangers. That's what you're gonna see happening. You're not going to stop anybody from doing that. And then you have to realize we live in America with a bunch of different religions and where people have a lot of different spiritual beliefs too. There are some religions, they don't believe that the baby is a baby until it comes out of the womb. There are some that they don't believe that the child, has a soul until there's a heartbeat. Okay. There are different people with different religions and different spiritual practices outside of you as well. And you don't have the right to tell them that they're out of alignment with God if they feel like they're in alignment with God. It is what it is. You got to do what's right for yourself and for your household. That's my take. That's my take. And I don't care if you want to get up here and call me a witch or a wizard or a warlock or any of that, because I'm not. Baby, you a witch and you a demon. God don't even take away our free will. Who are you to take away somebody's free will? That's it, y'all. That's all I got to say. That is my presentation. Okay. That's my TED talk when we get into the income, when we get into the taxes. That's it. That's my whole spiel. You said say it, baby. I'm just trying to make sure everybody knows what they need to know when it comes to the money, that everybody understands that they need to understand when it comes to the money. If you are a small business owner, okay, and you sell any type of product, service, or good to a consumer, you need to be voting for Harris. If you are a W-2 employee and you make under $400,000 a year, you need to be voting for Harris. Period. That's just the way it breaks out. If you wake up and you feel like things are too high, you feel like things are unobtainable, you feel like it's a stress on your pocketbook, okay? It's stressing you out. You need to be voting for Harris. If you're very wealthy, you're going to do better under Trump. Hi, Will.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. I just wanted to come on here to ask. I've been going around asking a lot of Americans these questions that I have. So my general question would be, would you prosecute someone and not objectify, sorry, I'm using the wrong words here. Basically, would you like treat someone differently for their ideological beliefs and what they believe in?
It depends on what they believe in. And the reason I say that, like, for instance, if you're a member of NAMBLA, yeah, I'm going to treat you different. Absolutely. You can unmute yourself, Will. I wasn't trying to mute you. I had just heard some background noise. But like, if you're a member of NAMBLA, I absolutely am going to treat you differently because I don't agree with, adults and children being together.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah, so it depends. But if it's something that's more sensible that I don't feel right is a violation of another human being, then probably not. So that's why I say it depends on the ideology.
Okay, because I've been going around asking a lot of Americans about if they would treat me differently because I believe in communism.
No, I probably wouldn't. Not for that. That's what I say. It depends on what the ideology is. Communism, no, probably not.
Okay.
That's the only question? Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I was too direct. I don't know. Look, for this is the thing for any of you guys that are new to me. I am very direct. I say what I mean what I say. I'm not afraid of being canceled, baby, because thank the Lord, he gave me my own platform and he allowed me to make my own money, selling my own products, my own services, my own schools. So that way I don't have to worry about losing a brand deal. So I can get up here and say what I want to say. And I ain't worried about nothing. And all my people know me. All my people that fool with me. If you're new to the kingdom, I welcome you in. I'm a very loving person. I am going to tell you the truth, not to hurt you, because I want to see you win. I'm going to tell you the truth in gentleness and kindness. Okay. I'm not going to try and be brutal. I'm not going to try and embarrass you. That's not my stick, but I'm a very passionate woman. Okay. I'm a fair woman. I will say I'm fair. I'm not nice, but I'm definitely fair. Okay. And I'm definitely kind. I have a very big heart. But there's some stuff, you know what I'm saying? I stand 10 toes down on it. I don't go for it. You do weird stuff to children and animals. I don't fool with you. You violate other people. I don't fool with you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you a rapist. You want to be running around here grabbing women by the pussy. I don't like you. I said what I said, and I know that's vulgar language, but that's the language he used. I do not want to sign up to have my pussy grabbed by Donald Trump. And some of y'all may as well line up and say, grab it here with a sign on it with the way that y'all going. And for any of you people, okay, you spiritual manipulating so-called Christians that want to put Jesus and God into everything, make it make sense. How can you be calling us ungodly and you're lining up with someone that Nazis support? You're lining up with somebody that the Klan supports. You're lining up with a man who has been found guilty of rape. You're lining up with a man who was hanging out with Epstein. You're lining up with a man. I showed y'all the map of all these cities across the country that he hasn't even paid. You lining up with a man that makes fun of kids with disabilities. You lining up with a man that sexualized his own daughter. You're lining up with a man who's been sued over 6,000 times. You lining up with a man who sold America off piece by piece by piece for his own gain. Make it make sense. You lining up with a man that other pedophiles, rapists, women beaters support him. You lining up with a man who cheats on his wife over and over and over again. You lining up with a man who got outside babies. You lining up with a man who terrorized kids, little black and brown boys, and never even apologized to them men, made them boys' lives a living hell, asked for the death penalty, took articles out against him. You lining up with a man that sat on national TV on Fox News and said that if school districts teach about slavery, that he'll cut off the funding to them. But you're going to say you line up with a man that allowed people to get at his rally days before the election and call a whole island trash. You lining up with a man who blocked the funding after Hurricane Maria to Puerto Rico. Y'all forgot about that, didn't you? Y'all lining up with a man who got out here and instigated violence, a man who led the insurrection, a man who incited people to try and take over the whole United States of America government. But y'all gonna sit up here and say we not Christians because we're supporting Harris? Get out of here. Get out of here. Go play with somebody else, not me. Child, the Lord loved me too. Okay, and I'm not out here on no fugazi stuff. Babe, you said slavery has been in every country. What they got to do with blocking people that teach about it here? I live in the United States. My melanated people was enslaved here. I'd had my DNA done. We'd had our stuff tracked back. My ancestors got captured and they were brought here in the United States. Well, what you over here talking about slavery was in every country? They make it better because it was in every country? What exactly are you saying with that statement? I don't even understand it when people say stuff like slavery was in every country. And what does that got to do with the slavery here? What they got to do with my ancestors? What they got to do with the fact that my great grandma was still picking cotton? What they got to do with the fact that my grandma got here because my great grandmother got raped by an Irish man? Well, what slavery on every continent and in every country got to do with that? Child, y'all be up here saying all kinds of crazy stuff. Sometimes y'all just like to hear yourself talk. Y'all just like to hear yourself speak. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Child, they be coming in here just saying anything. Slavery was on every continent, and y'all the same people that'll sit here and y'all will be like, oh, y'all will be like, well, you can never joke about the Holocaust, and it was such a horrible thing, but you don't think what happened over here to melanated people whose ancestors were enslaved. You don't think that was horrible. You don't think it was horrible that they was chopping up black babies and using them as fish bait. You don't think it's horrible that they was taking black people's hair and wearing it for wigs and taking the teeth out of their mouth and using them for dentures and turning our skin into sofas. You don't think it's awful that they were sitting around having picnics, putting us on trees, right? And everybody getting together and having a party while they tar and feather a nigga. You don't think get out of here. Baby, I'm telling y'all, I'm not with the ish. Not tonight. Not tonight. Thank you, Charmaine. The fact that when I think about it, in my generation, I am the first. I need y'all to think about this for most millennials in here. For most millennials, I want y'all to think about this. Most millennial women, y'all are more than likely the first generation of Black women in America that were born with the right to vote. We still got aunties and grandmas that are living right now who had to pay poll tax, who had to take literacy tests. They had to march and get beat up and get raped and get sprayed by water hoses and attacked by dogs and attacked by people so we could have the right to vote. Black women didn't even get the right to vote until 1964. Let that set in. You said your aunt was telling you about it too. Come on now. I'm just trying to make it plain to y'all. Black women did not get the right to vote until 1965. Exactly. You said your mama wasn't born right, and I'm not even 40 yet. Y'all ain't never thought about that before, have y'all? My grandma and my aunties and my great aunties had to fight for the right so I could be born with the right to vote. And then y'all gonna sit here and tell me that I'm not a Christian, that I'm going against God because I don't want to vote in a man that want to take that away from me. I'm a Black woman who owns a business. Women couldn't even own their own businesses without a man in the United States until 1988. 1988, that's when women could own a business without a man. But y'all want me to sign up to have the ability for me to be able to generate income for myself, me to be able to put jobs in my community, me being able to educate other people, me being able to enhance my family. Y'all want me to sign up for somebody that want to take that away from me. Women didn't even have legal protection against domestic violence until 1994 across the United States. You weren't protected from marital rape. Hey, Bookie. Hey, CC. How you doing, honey?
Hey, love. I didn't even know I was up. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How you doing this evening?
I'm just here. But you know what I did want to say? Thank you so much for what you just said. You know what I did want to say? I wanted to say they forget that after all of this, if they come after the immigrants, they come after the women. They don't realize that those rights to bear arms, they're coming after that too. Because if you take out all of the bad people, as they say it, and they take out all the bad people, there's no reason for you to bear arms. Yes or no?
Girl, you better say it. You better say it, baby. You'd have clocked it. You see what I see.
Mm-hmm. So, but that's not gonna come to pass because you know what? We fight for the ignorant, even though they don't want to. They knowingly want to be ignorant.
You're right. You're right, because they not only want to be ignorant, and that's what I say. I feel like for so many women, especially like if you're millennial or you're Gen Z, because people fought so hard for us and we were born with some of these rights and liberties. Like when you think about how many women own homes, it's a lot of women that don't realize it wasn't until 1974 a woman could buy a home without a man. You couldn't even rent before then without having a male as a co-signer for you.
Yep, absolutely.
And women don't think about that. I'm a woman that owns my own home. I'm a woman that goes to purchase property, right? I'm a woman who's been able to increase my net worth and my assets. I'm a woman that will have something to leave down. There'll be generations after generations after generations after generations still talking about Big Mama Ashcat and what she did back in the day. And I didn't have to have no man to do it. And y'all, and some of you people that are, this is what bothers me about the Christian crazies. And I don't feel no type of way about calling y'all Christian crazy because y'all have a lot of things to say about us that are supporting Harris. But realistically, voting on one issue where you're trying to control someone else's free will and then you're trying to demonize the rest of us is insane to me. Especially when you look at the fact that the candidates that you guys are trying to toke and say, oh, he's Christian, he's the most godly is not living godly at all. That's the most insane thing to me about it. The fact that y'all are willing to be violent, that y'all won't come out and speak against all the crazy racial stuff. You want to keep your mouth shut about that, right? Like the parade where they had the guy on the golf cart dressed up like Donald Trump and a woman dressed up like Kamala Harris and had her cuffed up and chained to the back of a truck. He did say he wasn't Christian. Fabulously Dressed. I got Fabulously Dressed Boutique. I got the video when he said he wasn't Christian because I was tripping. I had to rewind it 4 or 5 times because I thought I was tripping. Easy money, exactly. We couldn't even get credit cards. It's insane to me. I need y'all to think about that. If you're a millennial or you're a Gen Z woman, I need you to think about that your mom more than likely was not born with the right to own a home without a man, to rent an apartment without a man, to have a bank account without a man, to have a business without a man. Your mom more than likely, depending on how old she is, your mama probably wasn't even born with the right to vote. Your grandma and your great grandma had to fight for that. Then our mamas and our aunties had to fight for us to be able to own businesses and get credit cards and have houses and be able to rent apartments without men. And to be able, y'all know they're trying to take away no-fault divorce right now too, right? Did y'all? Oh, I forgot to mention that while I was talking about those liberties that they're unwinding. They're trying to take away no-fault divorce right now. Do y'all know how many? Yes, they are. Yes, they are, baby. And I'm not just spreading. No, they are. That is actively happening. Okay. Y'all better see what's going on. Okay. And it's a big deal that the next president will have the ability to appoint 2 new Supreme Court justices and federal judges. So when people are talking about like this is the most important election of our generation, of our lifetime, y'all, it really is. When I say they're coming for anything, women weren't even allowed to initiate a divorce from their husbands until 1969. 1969, y'all, is when women were allowed to initiate a divorce from their husbands. Now, how many of y'all want to stay with somebody and be miserable? Stay with somebody that beat on you, cheat on you, disrespect you, mentally, financially abuse you. You couldn't get birth control without a man until 1972. Did y'all know that? The way we can just get online and click, clack, clack, and order us some birth control or see a teledoc and get birth. You couldn't get birth control without a man until 1972, baby. Baby, okay? That hurt my heart when I think about all the women that were stuck in mess and didn't have a way out. So I'm just saying, okay? Baby, if you haven't voted yet, please show up and vote tomorrow. If you show up and vote tomorrow, if you have not voted, if you have not early voted yet, please show up and vote tomorrow. Don't let some weirdo online tell you. Y'all want to know what I saw, and it disturbed me deeply. I was like, the level of spiritual manipulation. There was a woman, and she was a Black woman. I feel like that may have bothered me even more. And she was telling people not to vote because basically that voting is evil and it's out of line with Yeshua. And that you should just let the worldly people decide on their worldly leader, because if you vote, then you have aligned with evil. Y'all, that's some spiritual manipulation at the finest. at its finest. I'm like, how do they always magically forget the scripture where it talks about you abiding by the laws and the rules of the land? Hold on, let me see if I can find it. It frustrated me. I'm not even gonna lie. Let's see if I can find it.
At the very end, we find a tie nationally. 49% for Harris, 49.
Let's see if I can find this woman. But I was just like, what is going on out here in these streets? I keep seeing so many of these Christian crazy people. And I don't know if they're just like, is there anybody white in here? Are they showing y'all white Christian crazy people? Because all the Christian crazy people I get in my timeline are Black Christian crazy people. And I'm wondering if TikTok is showing me Black Christian crazy people because I'm Black. Or not. I'm just wondering. Hey, Royal Calypso.
Yeah, well, I just have a question. You see how that man just came in here and asked you that question? And I know this is a safe place because we with family, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, how do you vote against your own interests because somebody else told you, preferably of the other gender, this is what you should do? How do you do that in today's day and age? Like, if there's somebody in here who want to answer that, this is a safe place. I'm not going to judge me personally, but I would really like to know.
Honestly, I think Kamala should be president to make hookers legal. And because Trump paid me $50 to not call him out for calling me a nigger.
He only paid you $50.
Yeah, only $50.
You should negotiate. You should negotiate it higher.
I know I should have, but like,
and you can go to the Bunny Ranch, and prostitution is already legal there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to go there. Fuck.
Yeah.
I just want a hooker because I get no pussy.
Well, there's OnlyFans.
No, I can't fuck. I want to like fuck and like feel the AIDS on my dick.
Oh, that's what you think?
Anyways, y'all, have a nice night. Hope the election goes good. Stay safe.
You too.
Like I said, safe place.
I was just saying, if I had Trump on tape calling me the N-word, I would juice him. And then I wouldn't release it. Somehow I would give it to somebody else to release it. Because said she can't hear that. But see, this is the thing, Royal Calypso. There's a lot of people. You have to remember how you're socialized, and a lot of humans move towards their immediate environment, right? So I was on a panel earlier today, and there was a girl that got up and she was like, I'm voting for Trump because of this. And she basically started giving her reasons. And as we started informing her and giving her the sites where she could go look up stuff and all of that, then, you could tell she was like, oh. And then she was like, well, I feel safer with him. And I was like, well, why do you feel safer, with Donald Trump? And she starts talking about the war and all that good stuff. And so we explained to her that like that actual pact was made back, like in the 90s, that if, the US took Ukraine's nuclear weapons so they wouldn't become, so they wouldn't have the nukes, that basically if they got in trouble, we would assist them, we would stand up and protect them or whatever, right? And that's a treaty that we had. So we had to fulfill on our treaty or it would make us look weak with anyone else that we were in treaty with. She didn't know that. It's a lot of people that don't know that, right? So they're like, oh, Harris wants to do this and Biden, you know, they want to kill children and women and blah, 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 blah. Well, she already called for a ceasefire and she's the vice president currently. She's going to be the president, though, as of January 20th. I believe that. That's what I'm hoping for. But a lot of people don't know that deal was made in the 90s. So any president that would have been in office, if we're trying to keep our integrity and we're trying to be able, right, to keep the relationships with the other countries that we have treaties with, that's what they would have had to do. And then they keep talking about the billions of dollars that we've sent over there. A lot of that is in our old, outdated weapons and vehicles. And Ukraine has to pay us back for that. Now, let me be clear. I'm not advocating. I'm not saying I support what's going on over there. I don't, but I also understand. You know what I'm saying? I understand, and we can't lose our foothold in that part of the world. And so, but a lot of people don't know that. They just act like they just jumped up and just like, oh, we're just going to work. No, this is a deal that the U.S. made a long time ago, like almost 30 something years ago. The people don't know that, right? Because they don't do their research to dig around to find out why are we even over there in the first place. You said, I understand now that I have the knowledge, right? And it's a lot of people that if they had the not, and then see one of those things too, because I come from a military family. So I feel like when it comes to stuff like that, I probably have more access than most people. But if you come from a military family, you know what I'm saying? And I have a lot of people. My dad is a retired Green Beret. And I also have like a lot of cousins and uncles and stuff that have been and served in every branch of the military, every branch. And I have a lot that are still actively in the military. And my ex also served in the Army as well. So literally when stuff like, well, we're in conflict or we're in battle, if I want to know while we're over there, I'm going to ask them. So I have a leading direction to go in. Then I'm going to go start looking up and pulling documents and stuff like that. I had a Ukrainian friend that said Ukraine is fighting America's war. They may be. They may feel that way. But at the end of the day, America has to assist them. America has to help. That's what was in their agreement that was made decades ago. These are the facts that should be scrolling across our screens all day long. I agree, but a lot of, if I'm being honest, I feel like the mainstream media has turned into a place for like sensationalism, and a lot of the news that we need to know, you'll see it in the small ticker that's scrolling across at the bottom. You said that man ain't gonna do nothing for nobody but himself. I can concur with that. But it's a lot of people that if they knew that this was the agreement and that, you know what I mean? Like if they knew that that was the agreement, a lot of people would be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, we praying, you know, that stuff happens, but I do hope that they're able to get a ceasefire. I do. You said, no, baby, don't nobody read the fine print. Because let me tell you, when I saw that they no longer had to disclose if a salmon was a man-made or if it actually was a natural salmon, I ain't ate a salmon since. And there was something that just rolled across a little ticker. It just rolled across one of those little tickers one day, and I was like, "What?" I don't watch that much TV. I just happened to be watching TV when it scrolled across. But when we get into anything with their policies, when we get into anything with their economics, when we get into anything with the two candidates' finances, even, you know, once whoever, you know, becomes president, which again, I'm hopeful that it's going to be Kamala. Y'all, if y'all haven't voted, show up and vote. Please show up and vote. Okay, it's very important when we look at the Supreme Court justices, when we look at the amount of rights for women that are being repealed. When you look at the fact that, you know, we have this man, he actively got on Fox and said he's not going to fund school districts, schools that teach about slavery. That's a problem for me. Hello, look at me, I'm melanated. No, that's an issue for me. And when he was in office, he cut the funding for HBCUs. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that I know. You know what I'm saying? I am not going to sign up for that. right? I am Black. I'm a woman. I'm a small business owner, baby, on my ancestors' prayers. Okay, ain't no way that I'm gonna sign up for that. There's no way that, and you can't spiritually manipulate me because I know God for myself. So I'm not afraid or swayed by someone getting on the internet claiming that they're a prophet with a sketchy past. Ain't going back. Factual. Hey, Fabulously Dressed Boutique. I'm gonna bring you up, baby doll. Nail Goddess. And is it Tammy? I think it says Tammy.
It's already season. Our little so that everything you
What's up?
special.
Hey. What you got shaking?
Hey girl, another live.
Hold on. It's like an echo or something when you're talking. Hold on, give me a second. Say something again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I just left another Texas Live or whatever. They were talking about the same thing. I'm more of a candidate for President Kamala, and no, it's not because I am Black and that she's Black. I don't really care about that. I don't. The thing I care about the most is if we are supposed to be looking to better the community. The first thing on the list is why is a woman's body on the list of Trump when that has nothing to do with bettering the community. Kamala wants to better the community by implementing less food costs, you know what I'm saying? Implement more housing, give small businesses loans. Like, you know, it seems like she's trying to help us. But then again, everybody is looking at it as what has she done for us when she was vice president? She can't do much as vice president because president only can do so much. Vice president can only do so much.
Correct.
So I'm voting for Kamala.
You're 100%. But I will say this, she did break a lot of ties in the Senate. So the CHIP Act that created all those jobs for the union, that was her. PAC Act, being able to make sure veterans get the adequate care that they need for as far as their benefits and have an easier time getting those, that was her too. And small victory, but the reason Juneteenth is a national holiday actually has something to do with her as well. I found that when I was researching. I was like, yes, absolutely. And she's been bringing in more Black talent right to the White House. So you've seen with like the different brunches, the lunches, stuff like that. So she did what Joe Biden gave her liberty to do. But as you stated, the vice president's job is basically to be an advisor and help the president push their agenda. And now as the president, she'll be able to push her agenda forward. That's the way it works. And it's very odd to me that people are trying to blame her for whatever was going on with Joe Biden and not comparing her to, let's say, like Mike Pence, right? Or Dick Cheney or some other vice president, right? They're not. So it's very, very interesting. I think it was Van Jones, and they said they want Donald Trump to be, he's allowed to be lawless, and they want Kamala Harris to be flawless. And I couldn't agree with that 100% more.
I think the biggest issue for me here is because I became spiritually aware about a couple years ago. I just feel like this is like the biggest race war ever. Like me and my husband, we're sitting in the car and we have two palm colored people in front of us. And there's a child has a whole Trump sign, and the parents are enabling this behavior, pointing at us and having a child flash a sign behind us, trying to pick on us. And I'm just like, this is a problem. This is not talking about making America great again. This is talking about trying to make America become the biggest war there is against colored and uncolored people, when we're supposed to be talking about how we're going to better the earth. If the earth is dying, then we are dying with the earth. Factual. Nobody is trying to help us. They only want to continue to oppress us.
You said it. I mean, I can't disagree with you. You 100%. And that's another thing that I did not like underneath Trump's administration when he was the president. Just no regard for the environment at all. Not one. And I'm a little hippy dippy-ish. I make my own compost. I grow my own food. I recycle. I try and walk places instead of driving as often. Carpool. I'm the person I unplug. People like when they come over, they're like, "Oh, I want some toast," and I have to like pull the toaster off the shelf, and they're like, "What?" So yeah, I'm with all that ish because I agree with you. This is the planet that we have, and we need to take care of her.
Yeah, and I'll say this last thing, and I'll let Fabulous speak. I just personally, honestly, I just wish that everybody would think more as a collective versus voting based off their own like selfish reasons. Because a lot of lives that I've seen in the past 2 days or 3 days has always been, what has Kamala done for us? Or y'all only want to vote for her because she's black, or excuse me, black people only want to vote for Trump for a stimulus check. Like, if we're voting for Trump for $1,000, what does that say about us? What is $1,000 going to get you when you get taxes every year? You want to get $1,000 for 1 month when you can get that every year? Like what promise is that making? And I don't understand the women that don't care about their own children that have girls pertaining to their own gender roles and gender characters. I don't understand where these is playing a role in our life for the betterment. Like, both parties are not trying to do anything than save themselves. Like, Kamala is a better choice for sure, but we also have to hold her accountable as well as hold Trump accountable. As everybody telling these lies, 45 presidents ago, we still have no change. So if a woman come in and she changed the office, then we'll have possibly a better turnout. But 45 presidents, and they were all men, and we have been nothing but at war since 1800. It's the 2000s. We need to pass war and learn how to move as a collective. But I'm done talking.
I agree. But I would say this. A lot of it too, whenever we vote in the president, we got to try our best to make sure that they get a Senate and a House of Representatives behind them that can assist them in doing some of the things that they want to do. Because the way our system is set up, in between like the judicial, the legislative, and the executive branch in the United States, it creates all the checks and balances. And so you definitely can see when one party wants to stop something from being done, or they want credit for something, as far as like favor and public opinion, it gets into all of the actual politics of the politics. It creates a lot of friction, and it stops a lot of stuff from happening.
Yep, you're right about that.
Hey, fabulously dressed.
Hey, Ashley, I literally just threw my phone and somehow I ended up on your thing. I'm like, how did I do that? But anyway, I
not through the phone.
I threw my phone on the bed and I was doing something. I was like, how did I end up on here? But I did want to say one of my concerns is like the healthcare situation and Social Security. So the healthcare situation, because I have a daughter that has special needs, my big concern is like the I forgot what I was going to say, girl. Like them not accepting her on different insurances or whatever, like them having the option not to accept her. And then that's not the word I was trying to say, but for some reason it just went out my brain. And also for like Social Security for even the elderly people, like even Mike Johnson, I think that's his name, said in the first 100 days that they were going to try to get rid of like Social Security, all that other stuff. And if you think about it, your parents or whatever right now, some of the elderly people are just living off of Social Security, and it's not fair that they paid into the system and all of a sudden you want to take it away from them. And this is how they're living off of their Social Security and off of their 401ks. It's crazy to me, that they would just want to take that away from people, just like snatch it away. That's not fair. We're going to have a lot of elderly people that possibly won't have no place to live, and it's going to be a trickle down effect because they live in probably senior care homes. They're not going to be able to pay, and it's just going to be a whole situation that I don't think that people realize, for voting for Trump. They just
You
don't
absolutely
realize.
you're absolutely correct. And part of the issue that I have with them saying, oh, they're going to mass deport all of these people. Well, those immigrants paid, like the illegal immigrants paid over $95 billion into our systems for Social Security, right? And all of those benefits just in 2022. Because they work and they get a check and the benefits still come out of the check, right? So, and that's part of what's keeping the Social Security system afloat. So it's very strong. That's what I said. A lot of the things that they want to do are very destructive to the American economy and the American people as a whole.
I have one question, one more like such statement. The thing I don't understand that people keep talking about is these immigrants. When they are realizing that America is the problem. America go to all these other countries, buy up their goods, hurt these people for their supplies, bring it back to America and say that they found it. Now America karma is upon her. Now everybody want to be scared. But America has always been hurting other countries for years. But they want to talk about an immigrant.
Well,
I don't stolen from them before they ever stolen from us.
I don't want to hear any of them talk about an immigrant when you just think about the fact that most of like the country, the actual America was started from literally them being the crooks, the criminals, the deplorables, and they've been sent over here to the United States. And then they came in to this country and created all kinds of crazy diseases and problems and wars and destruction for the indigenous people that were already here.
I agree. And I see some other people saying they're going to go back to Africa. And I'm just asking myself, what are you talking about? You're not from Africa. You're from here. Not Africa. Does that say you're from Africa on your birth chart? But they don't tell me that I'm mine. You tell me I'm from America.
Okay. Chilling the cut, yes.
Okay.
Oh no, I just saw a question over here about can they amend their taxes and get QBI, and I was saying yes. But you're right. You're 100% correct. It's a regular thing. It's crazy whenever you think about it. It's really crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, because when America is always harming other countries, we pointing the finger at other countries because they want to come back and fight us. But we started the war. Every this is the thing I don't think people are understanding about the presidential election. 45 presidents. Why is it taking 45 people to try to elevate the world? You telling me that